Put it down.
Of course. SWTOR, isn't it?
I'm not here to talk.
What a shame.
Adair, are you receiving?
I'm here, Admiral.
No, you're not here. That is the problem. We were counting on you to stop an Imperial strike team on Ord Trossi. They came in fast and overwhelmed ground security. Half their planetary defense grid is gone.
I'm sorry to hear that, Admiral, but this lead took priority.
Priority? Are you telling me your little antique hunt was more important to the Jedi than protecting Republic citizens?
Stopping Malgus will keep the Republic safe. We needed something to push our investigation forward. And I think I found it.
Well, I hope the price we paid was worth it. Rava out.
Get me the Battlemaster. It's urgent.
Would you look at that? Perfect timing.
Good, you're here. Didn't want to put this in anyone's hands but yours. Sorry. Some greasy Sith really didn't want me to have that.
How could you let yourself be put in that situation?
He didn't play fair. Son of a mind-knock spun a trap on me. But I wasn't about to let him get his hands on that. That belonged to Darth Nul. Took us ages to find it. But it was worth it.
I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you.
You are helping. Why do you think I came straight here? Arn and the old man have been breaking their backs, looking for patterns in what we know about Darth Nul, hoping to find another fortress. They must have read every report on Nul at least 20 times apiece. They finally narrowed it down to a few places that seemed like good candidates. We split up and started looking. I was the lucky winner, the one who knows the least about this stuff, but I'm hoping you can help me fix that.
If this belonged to an ancient Sith, then it's something I want Sana Rey to see. But she hasn't returned from her assignment.
The old man did say there was somebody here who could help. A scientist? Someone he met last time he visited?
Dr. Ogorob?
That's him.
He does have access to the kind of technology we need.
Then it sounds like he's our next stop.
Not now, Sahar.
Just try. I know you have it in you.
That's not what your precious Jedi said.
It's what I'm saying.
Enough! I found my way without your sorcery. Heta cut my slave collar with this. She gave me a choice. Die, or fight back. I fought, and I excelled, Sahar. The day I became a Mandalorian, I knew I found my home.
I hoped you would find success. You always had fire.
I had little choice. Some earn what they have. Some are given everything.
And some lose it all.
You dare speak to me about suffering?
Even the best armor has flaws. Spaces between plates of Beskar steel where blood can be drawn. The events of Runuk have shown me our flaws. I planned for Shae Vizla to find us. She did. I challenged her, and was nearly defeated. An outcome that was not expected. How could my plans so miss the mark? I asked myself. I looked, and finally found my answer. Someone did not honor their agreements. Someone valued credits over their own life. Bask's son used one of his pretty machines to make sure I didn't win the duel. He died like a coward. Because of him, we lost Runuk. Because of me, we gained a great deal more. Sahar, can you come up here? This one brought me something taken from the clutches of Darth Malgus. Something so powerful both the Sith and the Jedi race across the galaxy to claim it. With Sahar's help, we can unlock its secrets.
I told you, Heta. We shouldn't do this. It's not safe.
You're right. It's never safe to change a galaxy. Never easy to fight corruption and hypocrisy. But your brother said you would face anything to restore balance. Each of you will gather the resources needed to make my vision a reality. You will have your assignments, but none will know the whole plan except myself and Sahar. At long last, we will take back what is ours.
So, I heard you ran into Sahar. Is she all right? Can't believe she's gotten herself mixed up in all that Mandalorian business.
I could sense a heavy burden of guilt in her. Pain and unimaginable loss. I think she believes the only way to find relief is to stay by her brother's side.
Right. Her brother. You know, I barely even remember her mentioning a brother on Ossus. Now he's got her turning her back on us.
Over here. I do believe I found something. But first, you must tell me more about this containment device you encountered. What did it look like? How did it work?
I didn't get a chance to look closely at it or anything. I just know it was some kind of trap, and that relic was in it.
Can you tell us about what you found? The longer I'm near the relic, the more unsettled, I feel. Whatever this was, it inflicted unthinkable suffering upon others.
Your perception is spot on, as usual. From the results, I can say with certainty that what you found is the remnant of a lightsaber. But there is more to the story.
That is quite the find. You did well.
I aim to please. My equipment also found microscopic fragments of the lightsaber's power source. By all indications, the crystal used to construct the weapon originated in the Adika system.
That's where Osis is. Jedi get crystals from the Adika system to build their lightsabers. We have for hundreds of years.
So why did Darth Nul have a lightsaber that was built like a Jedi's?
A very pertinent question.
Well, she was helping the Emperor control people through the Force, right? I'll bet she used those crystals in some horrible machine that hunted down Jedi and turned them into children of the Emperor.
Knowing how the children were created, that sounds very likely.
And who knows what else she designed that has yet to be uncovered. In theory, the possibilities are limitless from all she seemed to know. Someone who does not shy away from knowledge, no matter its source, in order to create, to expand their awareness. It is admirable.
Null was controlling people's minds. Let's not pin any medals on her just yet. What do you think about talking to Malgus again? You've got something up your sleeve you didn't have last time.
We're getting nowhere with him. I'd rather focus on our own investigations into Darth Nul, without getting sidetracked by Malgus.
It's frustrating, I get it. But we might know something Malgus doesn't. When else will we get a chance to catch him off guard?
All right. While we wait for more intel to come in, I'll see Malgus.
I do not envy you having to attempt any sort of communication with that ill-tempered brute.
Thank you both for your help on this.
It has been my pleasure.
No problem. I'm going to let the old man know what we found. He and Arn will be dying to hear everything.
The chat you had with Dr. Ogorov paints a better picture of what Malgus may have been up to. Darth Nul's work on mind control says a lot, but combining Sith and Jedi toys? That's big news. Malgus following in the footsteps of someone with Jedi connections is a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Never mind Heta Cole getting her hands on Darth Nul's holocron.
It's a good thing I have you to sort everything out.
All that work keeps me young, among other advantages.
May I remind you both, we still have more to discuss. What we learned about Darth Nul's Jedi influence does give us something to go on, though admittedly not much.
Heads up. Looks like we have a special guest.
Tell these droids to get out of my way. I need to speak to Malgus.
They answer only to the Supreme Chancellor and cannot be overridden, Shae.
Some higher-up is all sweaty about my past contracts with Malgus. They've got no understanding of how those things work.
One of those contracts was destroying the defense grid on Coruscant during an Imperial invasion.
I was there to do a job. I did it and moved on. You should understand that. You and I have an understanding, but I owe no loyalty to the Republic or to the Empire, Malgus included.
Perhaps, but permission to interrogate the prisoner is restricted to a select few.
I'm going to find out if he's working with Heta, with or without permission.
This is not the place to start a fight.
I don't start fights. I end them. I need you to trust me, like back on Runic. So, what's it gonna be?
I can handle Malgus. I've done it before.
And you've got nothing. Use the same tactics, get the same results. Think about it. I'm the only one here who knows him. I get how he thinks, how he twists everything around, what's really important to him. I can make this happen.
Doesn't change the fact that Shae isn't on the VIP list.
Then put me on comms.
Comms? To listen in?
More than that, Shae can give advice during my questioning.
Malgus had a few bad habits when I worked with him. I'm betting they're still there. If you listen to me, we can trip him up.
Risky, but the situation calls for it.
At least we'll be in full control. If anything seems wrong, we can shut it down.
All right, everyone be on your guard. Time to pay our guest a visit. Ready?
Always.
Bottom line, threats are useless against Malgus. He fears nothing. You keep talking about putting an end to what he wants, and we'll get nowhere. Make him think you understand. That's the key to getting anything out of him.
If you explain to me what you hope to accomplish, maybe I can help you. Maybe there's another way to finish what you started. A way that others will accept.
Few minds can comprehend my vision.
Is your vision so fragile it will come undone simply by mentioning it?
You're losing our only chance to ask about Heta.
We learned that Darth Nul used Jedi techniques in her work. Did you know about that?
Do you think there is any knowledge of Darth Nul that I do not already possess? It was only a matter of time before you discovered the connection. Her mastery of Jedi secrets is woven into all of her creation. Like her, my vision surmounts Jedi and Sith, Empire and Republic.
Showing our hand wouldn't have been my choice, but it got him talking. Ask about Heta.
Is that why Heta Cole is part of your plan? Because she's an outsider too?
I have no need for the Mandalorians or their quarrels. An endless cycle of waste and fodder. Useless.
Big talk from inside that cell.
Mandalorians are more than that.
They only seek to fight their own. And when the victors emerge, they will turn their weapons on one another. Again and again. None of it will matter when the galaxy burns. I will tear apart the corrupt systems that allow weakness to infect the galaxy. I will stop the rot. I will burn down all of their failing legacies and see who embraces the flame.
More of his mystical Osic. What about the holocron? Does Heta have something she can use against my people?
Who whispers in your ear? Shae Vizla.
This is between you and me, Malgus.
It is too late. Your thoughts are plain to me, Mandalore the Avenger. Your rage consumes you. There was a battle, and your prey slipped through your fingers. Your people are divided, while Heta Cole gathers her army. You are right to come begging for answers. Heta will destroy you.
Where is she? Dinila Hutun! Answer me!
Can you not see it? The past looms over us all. A shadow of unchanging history. There are fools who believe they can outrun the shadow. Without a flame to chase it away, it will consume them. They are doomed to repeat the same failures. None who have stood by my side have understood this. The only one who could have is my enemy. A shame that you and I must remain that way.
You are lost to the dark side. Your beliefs are poison. I won't rest until you are no longer a threat to the galaxy.
Greetings. I'm relieved you answered. I must make an unusual request.
What's going on? Is everything all right?
Yes. For the moment, I have been summoned by the three. What they had to say has left me disquieted. Meet me at these coordinates on Voss, and I will explain in greater detail.
I sent you to look into the origins of one of Darth Nul's relics. I haven't heard any updates.
What I found. It is best if I show you in person. I will await your arrival.
Voss. Well, at least it's nice this time of year.
We have enough mysteries to contend with without getting the Voss involved. They're not exactly known for being straightforward. Sana Ray sounded unlike herself. I do hope whatever she has to tell you isn't too troubling.
You have arrived. Good. I have been waiting to show you this. When we first uncovered the existence of Darth Nul, I could not imagine that tracing the origins of one of her relics would lead here. When I traveled to the planet in wild space, I found the members of the Force Enclave that I had not been able to reach. They were changed by what they endured there, and by what we found, what you are about to see. Darth Nul possessed a talent that was unique among her kind. Through the Force, she could connect her mind to another's. Darth Nul could speak to someone's most hidden desires, reach depths of their thoughts they could not reach themselves. Over great distances, she could mentally bond with anyone who could feel the Force. In those who did not recognize their own abilities, she awakened that realization. She was looked down upon for this, by those who believed she shared power with the unworthy. She could find no favor among her kind. Darth Nul took those who would follow her to an empty world in wild space, where they could do as they pleased, without judgment. Nul taught her disciples how to forge mental bonds as she did. They called out to others and invited them to their sanctuary. But eventually, Nul made a connection with someone she did not intend. A being of dark malevolence, the Sith Emperor. He hunted her down, using her own power against her. Before the Emperor could reach her followers, Nul locked many of their secrets away in the ruins my team discovered. Nul and the others fought back against their captors, but their fate was sealed. The Emperor dominated the minds of her disciples, bent them to his will. enslaved them. After that day, Null's followers became servants of the Emperor, and she became Darth Null.
There was no one to help them. Why were they so alone?
They chose to be. They severed all connections to their past when they were expelled from the Jedi Order.
How can we claim to be defenders of peace if we so readily abandon our own to such a fate?
I do not have much to say about how the Jedi conduct themselves. Voss also live by rules that many outsiders consider inflexible. The account of Darth Null's removal from the Jedi is told from her own perspective. We do not know much about what transpired before that, other than what she was called, Master Renaya.
Every time we learn something about Darth Null, it adds more pieces to the puzzle. And we still don't know what she did that inspired Malgus's plans.
But now the truth has come to light. If Malgus wanted to hide it forever, he failed.
All that you found about Darth Null, why did I have to come to Voss to hear it?
After I heeded the Three's request to return to Voss, I heard whisperings. Rumors of a vision that caused great concern among the mystics. The Three forbade them to speak about what was seen. A revelation centered on Darth Malgus.
Why won't the Three let anyone know what's in this vision? It could be something that affects them.
Just as they refused to explain the contents of the vision, they refused to give a reason. It is their right. The Three know well the value you would place on hearing the details of this vision. But they would never share them with an outsider, even one of your status, unless you gave them a reason to.
Malgus's plans could mean the end of the galaxy as we know it. What more of a reason do they need?
Perhaps they think there is nothing in this vision that would help you. However, you have the opportunity to convince them otherwise. Despite our best efforts, some of our most sacred temples have yet to be rebuilt in the years since Valen's assault. The Shrine of Contemplation is too deep within Gormak lands. The work is slow, even with aid from the few Gormak who have chosen to continue their alliance with the Voss. The Three are overseeing progress at the Shrine of Contemplation now. If you were to approach them and offer your assistance, perhaps you will change their minds about the vision. You have a reputation of persistence and tenacity. They will not turn you away so easily.
I will do anything I can to stop Malgus. If helping rebuild will get the Three to share information, it's a small price to pay.
Here are the coordinates for the Shrine of Contemplation. I will send a message ahead to the commandos there to expect your arrival.
I had hoped the Three's presence would encourage everyone to work harder. Nothing has improved.
Give it time. The Three will grow tired of the delay, and they will make it known.
Greetings. I am Maton Jah. This is Kodum. Sonoray sent word that you would be joining us. You keep the company of strange associates. I wonder, is it a testament to your character? Together, we, the Shrine Restoration Initiative, have rebuilt much of the damage inflicted during the Eternal Empire's attack. Many shrines in the vicinity of Voss are fully restored. We understand that you hope for an audience with the Three. They are here, but wholly consumed with seeing us expedite our work on the Shrine of Contemplation. Should you help us arrive at our goal?
Tran vienmongi ho vabaka vihutroi quatu fulam. Vos ranfiti mi kukonua. Quanta elapwa uagwanaudan piokotova. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai liam gor sun elam sayo.
They have lost control of the excavation droids. That is troubling.
Huavaska, bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow droksha.
Wait. Before one enters the Shrine of Judgment, one must be cleansed. The workers perform this ritual before entering the shrine. The outsider must do the same. The outsider will prevent any harm from coming to them. But unless the ritual is performed, desecration of the shrine is assured. Do not worry, friend. I will guide the outsider every step of the way. It will be quick. Go to the Altar of Clarity, at the edge of the settlement. I will guide you through the ritual. This is the Altar of Clarity. To begin the ritual, gather sacred incense from those crates and burn it. Good. Now you must wash the ash from your hands. Use the basin.
Thank you, outsider.
Why is this happening?
Tran vienmongi ho vabaka vihutroi quatu fulam. Va mingwang kam jiwan kwamak gilan va. Ne so fundi ko naka neva eak nagnan ni matan. Huavaska bam ki ngungam trongwang lao the chow droksha. Why back lam vika tombe te. Ni go word up why chakamran. Come on me, why hey triole. Come nico why bam lui chotai fai liam gor sun elam sayo. Then for Vudagan Achnan chok tontai, Vebegor nesafun. Then for Vudagan Achnan chok tontai, Vebegor nesafun. Huavaska, bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow droksha. Nesafun de ko naka neva eak nagnan ni matan. Ne so fundi ko naka neva eak nagnan ni matan. Vet no what dingno tangmo. Lambo mongbom tulran kati kumin mo ko nambang. Kung sa am doting namani how lay may. Kontrai kwa vai tram namaya chong dito. Huavaska. Bam ki ngungam trongwan lao, the chow droksha. Ne so fundi ko naka neva eak nagnan ni matan. Then for Vudagan Achnan chok tontai, Vebegor nesafun. Ne so fundi ko naka neva eak nagnan ni matan. Kumniku why bam lui chotai fai liam gor sun elam sayo. Then for Vudagan Achnan chok tontai, Vebegor nesafun. Igo wai tapwai chakamran. Kumongi wai he triole. Then for dagan achnan chok tontai. Vebegor nesafon. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Get that min troin von turkuga toy. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Huawaska, Bam ki na kungam trong wan lao, the chow troksha. Vid no wat, ding no tangmu. Vi go word up wai chakaman. Kumongi wai he triole. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angkor sun ei lam sayo. Huawaska, bam ki na kungam trong wan lao, the chow troksha. Vi go word up wai chakaman. Kumongi wai he triole. Then for dagan achnan chok tontai. Vebegor nesafon. Onding trang vindong fa lengirich mung kumodiwa. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angkor sun ei lam sayo. Oyisigro wak ramba Gamafute. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Vi go word up wai chakaman. Kumongi wai he triole. Vaideren ang korkati lavat.
Chepulu ramu haksa sumak dem kuwa.
Eyes on the floor. Do you hear me? We can't have you running around messing things up.
What
did I just say about not moving? Stay put. It's for your own good. Heads up, we got an intruder! Stand down now! I don't have time for this! Get out of the way! Time to die!
Then for dagan achnan chok tontai. Vebegor nesafon. Vi go word up wai chakaman. Kumongi wai he triole.
Lumbo muamun tuturulan katehe kumni mu konamvan. Kumnue jiwai bam lui chao tapai luengor senau lam la sao.
Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angkor sun ei lam sayo. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Vi go word up wai chakaman. Kumongi wai he triole. Kumniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angkor sun ei lam sayo. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Then for dagan achnan chok tontai. Vebegor nesafon. Ambo mongbon tulan kati kumimu ko namban. Huawaska, bam ki na kungam trong wan lao, the chow troksha. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Then for dagan achnan chok tontai. Vebegor nesafon. Nesafon de konagane va eak nagnan ni matan. Unding trang vindung fa lengi rich mung kumodiwa. Lam duak vi kong ropa la nid nakamaki. Then for Vudagan Achnan Choktonte, Vebegor Nesafun.
There is a considerable amount of Gormak technology in this. How did the invaders come to possess this?
Huavaska, Bam Ki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
I appreciate your honesty. The actions of a few should not reflect the will of all Gormak. The truce stands firm.
Mongyan the young Mudam Shae to Gai Kuka.
You are correct. The next step is to learn all we can about them. Our researchers will study this device and divine its purpose. Doing so will allow us to track the invaders and avoid unnecessary destruction.
Gomniku wai bam lui chotai fai lai angor sun nei lam sayo. Nei so fun de ko naka nei va ei aknan ni matan.
Your actions have given us leverage in this fight, but the harm done has been extensive. Our work in the Shrine of Contemplation was already behind. Zerka's presence has thrown the reconstruction into chaos. Some damage can be repaired. But if we cannot complete the restoration, it will leave a lasting scar. Until the work has resumed, the three will not turn their attention to you. You were born with the ability to wield the Force. You were trained by another. You learned how to control it, how to use it. It is now a natural extension of who you are, just as it is a natural extension of my people. Now, imagine you are part of a society that works to hone your abilities to a greater purpose. Our shrines are built for this singular purpose. But now those shrines, built over generations, are destroyed, reduced to rubble by the Eternal Empire. In that moment, it was as if our eyes were shut. We were cut off from our purpose. We do not restore buildings. We ignite our purpose once more, until we find that light again. Everything else, the invaders, the truce, the relics, is secondary. You have more than earned the right to understand. But we cannot sit idle during this time. We need help in ways other than stopping the invaders. Offer your skills, and the three will notice. Do you understand?
Huavaska, Bam Ki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha.
The importance of what they do cannot be understated. Now, I must update the three on the situation. They will be understandably curious about how the invaders obtained Gormak technology.
Biết no what ding no dang mu. Huavaska, Bam Ki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha. Nu hung yek la mulo yumi, vagi yuchep the tongue truen. Huavaska, Bam Ki Ngungham Trongwan Lao, the Chow Troksha. Vaidelen ang gorkate lavat. Ang pak kinoto minfu, dronchin trangan. Then for Vudagan Achnan Choktonte, Vebegor Nesafun. Kum ni go bang lang, chofei tak chong la tamso.
You have our sincere thanks. As to our ongoing Zerka problem, our researchers have some information on the device you recovered. They confirm the purpose of the device, to locate objects touched by the Force. Perhaps this explains why you sensed something strange about it. Why would an arms dealer like Zerka hire mercenaries to find these items. Why risk war for a remote chance of finding something they cannot use? Once we became aware of what the device can do, we feared what Zerka might find in the depths of the Shrine of Contemplation. You should begin your search for the invaders there. Stop Zerka, and bring anything you find back to us. In testing the device, we discovered potential targets. Apart from that, you know enough to complete this final task. Do this for us, and your audience with the three will be secured.
You do good work. How you handled my incompetent colleagues back there. Beautiful. It will save me a lot of paperwork when I report back to Zerka. You are correct. Though I confess, it does get me into trouble at times. But let me explain the situation, with a little added detail. The Voss keeps all kinds of dangerous objects lying around. That's why we're both here, yes? We know some would make powerful weapons. In the right hands. The Gormak understand this. I do have to hand it to them. Their ways with technology are impressive. Second only to Zerka. They could turn the right artifact into a new balance of power. Very noble, but I am here for quite the opposite. What you have there is the prize. It's a record of the Jedi's influence on the ancient Voss. Normally, I don't need an armed escort to retrieve historical documents, but in the right hands, this one could severely undermine the truce. We get the Voss and Gormak fighting again. This world is open to Zerka operations, weapon sales. Oh, the possibilities are endless. Come now, you're kinda not above war. That's been apparent for centuries. Hold a belief dear enough, my friend, and the entire galaxy is your enemy. Now, I do need to be on my way, so I'm going to hand this chat over to my good friends here. It's been a pleasure.
Did you speak to Makif about the broken relics? I will visit him later. Perhaps he will take your words to heart if he hears them from both of us. I understand, but this relic is not mine to give. However, in return for your service, any information your order seeks from this record, it is theirs. I swear it. The same offer is extended to you, Kodum. Of course not. There is still much to do. Thank you. It would have been disastrous if outsiders possessed this. I will do all I can. Kodum can show me how.
Oi, hei triolei. Huavaska, bam kikna kungham trongwan lao, the chow troksha.
I look forward to hearing them. Kodum is right. You have done much to be commended for, Outsider. The three have taken notice of the progress the Initiative has regained. They know who deserves the credit for this accomplishment. An interesting recommendation. Before this artifact is returned to the Shrine of Contemplation, I will see that its contents are shared. At least, within the Shrine Restoration Initiative. If that is all, you must be eager to return to your original purpose. You are granted the audience you seek, and I am proud to have helped you earn it. Whatever knowledge you pursue, I hope you find it. May the words of the three guide you to your victory.
It is time. The three have asked you to appear before them. Your actions have left an impression, a rare achievement. They are waiting for you now.
You aren't coming with me?
It would be best if you went alone. There are some questions I have yet to resolve with the three.
What are you talking about?
When the Eternal Empire threatened the galaxy, my presence in your alliance was understandable, but much has changed. The Outsiders' wars no longer concern Voss. We have our own struggles. The three want to know why I do not return and continue my duties as a mystic. After I joined the Alliance, I no longer had access to interpreters who could derive meaning from my visions. For the first time, my actions were determined by my own decisions, and a Voss who chooses to remain with outsiders is a Voss who is forever looked upon with doubt.
I had no idea you chose us over your own people. That must have been difficult. But I'm glad you stayed.
It was a simple choice. You have given me the opportunity to lead, to help others face uncertainty. That is a greater purpose than I ever found as a mystic. I've kept you too long. The three will be wondering what has delayed you.
Outsider, do you understand the importance of this meeting?
I may not know much about Voss, but I know this moment deserves an appropriate amount of respect, which I'm prepared to give.
Your insight does you credit. I believe you are worthy of the knowledge we plan to share. There has been a vision. Its contents are disturbing.
Life will be reshaped. Scales unbalanced.
A wave of change rises and falls, beyond the reach of Darth Malgus.
And as he dreams, he awakens a great power. One that will tear the galaxy apart.
Pretty words, but I was hoping for something I could use against Malgus.
It is always useful to be prepared. That is the gift we offer you.
Should Darth Malgus perish, this catastrophe will transpire more quickly.
I don't understand why you're keeping this vision a secret.
To protect Voss.
You are familiar with the visions experienced by our mystics. The role these prophecies play.
What your mystics see is very important to your people. Your government, your societal rules, everything relies on these visions.
And from these revelations, the interpreters show us the path. The decisions we must make to preserve our home, our way of life.
But in this vision, we see no outcome. There is nothing to guide us. The interpreters are united in its meaning.
The three. The Voss. We can do nothing. We are powerless.
This shrouded prophecy will come to pass. The foundations will be shaken. The pillars raised. The chaos is unavoidable. But whatever is to come from this, it is you who will choose the fate of us all.
Our destiny is in the hands of an outsider. Do you see why we shield our people from this?
Calm your fears. I will do everything in my power to protect Voss from what you've seen. You have my word, as a sworn defender of peace.
A grand assurance. We will hope it amounts to more than that.
Whatever part you play in this, enemy or ally, none of it will happen without you. You must be ready. We will be waiting.